Hey guys, what's up? It's like 7:30 in the morning here, and the team just finished up with a lift, and I wanted to take a moment before the shops and stores open up to talk to you guys a little bit about, you know, overcoming adversity and the importance of being successful, not only in judo and jiu-jitsu, but just in life in general. There's always going to be a moment where something in your life is going to go wrong, and that can be a girlfriend breaking up with you, that can be losing your number one spot, that could be your parents splitting up, it could be getting moved to a different location, it could be getting injured and not being able to train. And for us judo players especially, it's important to go through those hurdles and challenges in life. People have always asked me why, I've pushed myself so hard, and I've, fought through injuries, and I've done the extra rounds, and I've done the extra lifting sessions. And honestly, when your life comes down to this one moment in time, for us, it's the Olympic Games, and our Olympic day is fought on one day. You have about a 4-hour window to let the world know how good you really are on a day where everybody is at their 100%. And with that in mind, having the ability to overcome adversity is a skill set that has to be trained just like anything else. We have to have that mindset that we can overcome anything when we want and how we want to overcome it. For me in particular, it's important because I believe that on the day of the Olympics, I'm the best in the world, and I have to believe that with every cell and fiber of my being to step on that mat and make it to the medal rounds. You need that in your heart and in your soul day in and day out. And you can't allow one little thing to go wrong that's going to derail or hinder that thought, whether it's missing a flight, whether it's your gi not being clean, whether it's your boyfriend or girlfriend calling you all pissed off the night before you're supposed to compete, whatever it may be. You can't allow it to affect you, and you have to have the skill to overcome whatever it is that can hinder your performance. For me, I dealt with a lot of injuries, especially before the 2016 Olympic Games. I dealt with the infections in my leg. I dealt with the dislocated SI joint. I dealt with the concussion. I dealt with a broken thumb. I dealt with a lot of things just in the year up to the games, and all the adversity and challenges I went through overcoming those over the years played an essential role in my performance in Rio, because I was able to keep focused because of the skill set I had learned throughout life. So making our Team Force, and our athletes wake up at 6 a.m. to make sure they're in the gym and they're lifting and doing the right things and overcoming that challenge. Because for kids and younger adults, that's a challenge. Waking up at 5:30 in the morning to make sure you're in the gym rolling and warming up by 6 a.m. is hard. And it's okay if it's hard, but it's something we have to learn to overcome and accept. Throughout my entire career, I've always been pushed by coaches, and I've always complained every step of the way. Athletes always have the right to complain, and coaches have the ability to tell athletes to shut up and do their job. If you don't want the job, don't have it. Bottom line, go somewhere else. We don't need you. And we tell all of our athletes that we expect professionalism, and we expect you to put out, and we expect you to do your job to 100% of your ability all the time, because that's what it takes to be successful. And you can see it when athletes don't put out in the weight room, they don't put out on the mats, they don't put out, and they come up with all these excuses. they tend to have different excuses but the same mentality through other walks of their life. And that's why it's important from a young age we train to overcome the adversities and the challenges that we're gonna face throughout life, so that we can be professionals and we can be successful human beings in whatever it is we're trying to do. I heard a very interesting quote that kids don't quit martial arts, parents do. And there's a little bit of truth to that statement, because at the end of the day, if your parents, when you're young, want you to do something, you really don't have much of a choice. You can kick, you can scream, you can cry, but when you're grounded, you're grounded. When you have to go outside, you have to go outside. When you have to sit at the dinner table, you sit at the dinner table. And when you have to go to martial arts practice, guess what? Your parents have to take you. And you get in the car and you go. So when the kids whine and complain, it's almost like their parents quit on them and teach them that they don't have to overcome the adversity and the challenges and get through it and accomplish their goals in this life. So I want you guys to start thinking about in your careers what adversities you have and how you're going to overcome them, to start training your body and your mind, because it's a powerful thing to overcome those obstacles so that you can be successful not only in sport but in life.